I don't really like selling you guys on stuff. It just feels icky and stupid, and you know, every other motherfucker on YouTube is kind of doing that. So I'm gonna talk about a plugin, which is gonna seem out of pocket for me because I don't really typically use guitar plugins, but I, on a whim, I was probably high, purchased the Neural DSP, or the Archtype Nolly plugin. I'm a fan of Nolly for several reasons. I bought the plugin and I came across a preset in that plugin that was sort of the ambient, washy tone of my dreams. And I'm gonna play a piece of a demo that I'm working on that uses it. It's actually all over this song, and I love it. So then I'm like, well, I don't really like using plugins. I don't want to rely on the plugin. I want it to be in my HX Stomp or my Helix. So I tried to mimic this plugin as well as I can. And shamelessly, it's in my most recent preset pack, that low preset pack. But I tried to copy that as accurately as I could. I mean, I don't know exactly what pedals they modeled, etc., etc., etc. There's differences. So I'm gonna play a couple pieces of this track so you can hear how it sounds. And then I'll give an example of the preset that I made in the HX Stomp. And you know, you guys can decide for yourself, whatever. I'm showing this because it goes to show how something can just be inspiring. And this preset in the plugin, I'll bring it up. And here it is. Here's the preamp plugin. I mean, there's a delay and overdrive. Then we have the amp, EQ. I'm not doing anything with the impulse, and then another delay. And on this particular track, I am not using the reverb, but I know on one of them I am. Or I'm full of shit. Apparently, is this one? Ah. Oh, no, that's right. I'm using Pro R2 for the reverb. I've been playing with Pro R2 since I got it, so I just went with it. But let's listen to the Archtype Nolly in context of the track, and then we'll listen to the preset I made. And, you know, what's the point? It's just if you can take inspiration from something, you can usually duplicate it. So let's play this part of the track. Play this whole section. It's like a verse and then into a chorus. Sick. So let's just listen to some of those. Here's the left. Now I used the reverb tail. I used the reverb on the bus so that all of these guitar tones, these guitar parts can kind of like meld together. So they basically, I put them in the same space, if you will. So there's the left, there's the right. I think I just played something slightly different. I played something slightly different. Listen to this center channel one. We got this one. This was all just to create a mood, to create a vibe. That's our favorite word, right? A vibe. So this plugin, it's called, this preset is the washed out preset. I believe you could go to Factory, you go to Nolly. It's called Washed Out. It inspired me, and it led to me kind of really putting this whole song together. And that's kind of the point, is taking inspiration from different things. Had I not opened my mind a little bit and give the plugin a try, I might not have inspired by this plugin, and it kind of led to me creating some of these other riffs. I mean, it led to me writing this whole end part, and I'll play this section. Let me mute this before it comes in. Just these really cool drones that add tension. Now, some of them are droning on, some of them are a single note droning with like a little bit of a bend, some of them have a little mocking melody, and it's just, it all adds up to something pleasing and really, I mean, without it, the riff, the part is totally redundant and boring. I mean, it just goes through those three chords over and over for probably a couple minutes, just because it felt like a jam to me. So, but without the ambient parts, it doesn't work. and with it, it's just a whole nother monster. In my opinion. I don't know, I can get lost in that part for hours at a time. But let's just hear what I came up with in HX Stomp. That's a close representation. This preset's called Low Low Ambience. It's in my Low Low preset pack. I just dropped it. Thank you guys so far who have bought it. It seems like you guys really are enjoying it. So this is what I came up with. Again, it's not exactly the same, but you know, that plugin inspired me to really kind of refine this type of preset because I'm always looking for layering. You guys know that. And you know, thank goodness I got this plugin because it really kind of inspired this, and then it inspired another song that I'm working on, trying to do the heavy with ambient type of thing, and I don't know. So I guess what's the point of this video? Well, this plugin is great. I know historically I have a habit of I just don't like, my workflow does not include playing through plugins. I know a lot of people do. I get it. But I like having a piece of something. The HX Stomp has been my workhorse. I got my Helix right now in a case because I'm using it. I was using it for our live shows, but so I just have the Stomp. It's nice because I can bring it in, I can record my guitar tones, and then I can add stuff to it. I don't have to worry about latency, anything like that. Block size, I don't have to worry about that. When you're recording with a plugin, many of you already know it, you have to drop the block size down within your audio interface so that you can minimize the latency. Now, I'm very sensitive to latency. If you aren't, cool. That's great, but I also like to mix while I'm kind of composing, which may or may not be a bad habit. But in order to avoid any sort of issue before I get carried away while I'm creating soundscapes, you know, the next thing I know, I'm running into clicks and pops and all sorts of shit. I just learned to avoid it because I didn't always have great machines that could handle it, quite honestly. So I just got used to like bringing my tones in, and then I don't have to worry about it. I can keep my block size as big as I want. It's no big friggin' deal. So this is the workflow I've just been used to for over a decade, quite honestly. We all know Neural makes great stuff. Let's not even pretend. This plugin's great. It's one that I was kind of looking at for quite a while since it came out, and it was on sale. It was around New Year or something. So I picked it up. Glad I did. It's a great plugin. It's got cool amp tones. Still gonna be using my hardware stuff. But anyhow, that was really it. This is kind of just more of some production tip type stuff, a little bit of inspiration, and yeah, another shameless plug for you to go buy my Low Low preset pack on my website, nickhillmakesmusic.com. Thanks again to all of you guys who have already taken 10 bucks out of your hard-earned cash and made the purchase. It means a lot. I hope that you're finding inspiration with them and that they're free and useful. We're officially at the point in the video where I'm just rambling. With that said, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you guys are doing well. Take care of yourself, be useful to someone. See you in the next one. Am I even looking at the camera? I mean, not totally, because, you know, the whole lazy eye thing, but it's been a while since somebody pointed that out. May as well be me, huh? Self-deprecation is cool. Fuck off.